Shalom, welcome to our new Patreon Master Series on ruach hakodesh and the many faces of meditation. This is a class that can be taught for years. It's a class that's cumulative and developmental at the same time, meaning we accumulate knowledge and we develop ourselves as we're accumulating knowledge. Because as we said before, accumulating knowledge is not the end goal of our learning. And the practice and the living of the ideas of the Torah, especially when we approach the awesome nature of communications from God, we have to understand that there's the developmental process that takes place where you don't expect to have instant results, but you know that you will have results over the long term because of your dedication and development of the awe and a true intimate relationship with our Creator. So this being our first week, we're going to talk about some introductory ideas, very important ideas. We're going to come back to them over and over. We need to live these ideas and not just learn them. To begin with, though, let's go back in time to an early place in history, the time of the kings of Israel, the time when there were already 10 tribes split off from the house of David, the tribe of Judah, and when the Jewish people were split north and south, much similar in many other countries that have experienced a civil war type of reality where one nation becomes two, kiviyachol, as if to say. And God sent a great prophet because there was so much chaos and there was so much idol worship and there was so much confusion metaphysically in the ideology of the Jewish people, between those who kept the original Torah and those who kept parts of the Torah and those who kept fewer parts of the Torah and those who were against the Torah. There were so many different groups. God sent this great prophet we all know as Eliyahu Navi, Elijah the prophet, and he came to make order out of chaos. He was a Kohen. He was a master of all the arts, including the great art of elevating one's soul out of one's body. Because when a person has that skill, he's able to receive information from many, many sources. So in the book Tanat of Eliyahu Navi says, I come to bear witness that every man and woman, free man and slave, Jew and non-Jew, can experience ruach hakodesh, divine inspiration. It all depends on one's deeds. So this statement itself should give us strength and belief, power and confidence. Every person, it's not how much you know, it's not who your parents are, it's not how much money you have, it's how many good deeds you accumulate in your life, comparison to the deeds that we don't want to remember too much. It's those good deeds that create the vessel to begin to receive communication from the source of all information. But as an introductory thought, we got to ask, why do I want ruach hakodesh? Why do I want divine inspiration? Why do I need this? Maybe it's something that'll get me in trouble. Maybe it's something that I can't handle. These are very important questions we must ask. The most direct, simple answer I would give to the question, why do I want ruach hakodesh? Is because I want to do God's will. Because I recognize that His will is the best thing you can do. It's guaranteed success. And you're giving pleasure to the one who created you. So therefore, by giving God pleasure, you're fulfilling the purpose of creation. Now people say, well, God doesn't need our pleasure, and I'd have to agree with you. He doesn't need our pleasure, but He wants it because He wants relationship. He wants connection with this lowly physical world as a culmination in the completion of all the spiritual worlds, which there are more than you can imagine, more than we know. And all this world is compared by the Talmud to a seed compared to the world to come. Now, today, 2,500 years or so after that statement was made, we see how massive the physical universe is, how much greater is the spiritual world. We want to know about that. We want information. So the real behind the scenes of wanting to do God's will is we want power, because knowledge is power.